Russia, that great big hoax that kept Democrats entertained and the fake news, fake flabbergasted for, what was it, 2 years? And how many lies since, right? So many. The latest, dictator. He's a dictator. Donald Trump will be a dictator. And they love this one. It's just as fake as the others, though.
We begin this hour with the Republican Party's slow march into autocracy, led by Donald Trump, the one-day dictator wannabe.
When Donald Trump talks about day one, being an authoritarian, a dictator, they're saying day by day he's becoming more autocratic.
Boasting about some of the dictatorial actions he may take.
He would act like a dictator if he's reelected president just for day one.
If Trump were to be reelected again, that they believed that he would be a dictator.
Really is like they all got the same talking points, right? So I actually admit I didn't know what they were talking about. Where does this come from? Where did this happen all of a sudden? Turns out he said it on Hannity, Sean Hannity's show. Now, I don't even know what time that show is on. But once I saw it, I realized this is what they're trying to make a big deal out of. Yes, it is. Another lie about Trump. Now, take a listen.
Under no circumstances, you are promising America tonight, you would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one.
Except
Look,
what?
he's going crazy. Except for day one.
Meaning?
I want to close the border, and I want to drill.
That's not retribution. I'm
gonna be, you know, he keeps, we love this guy. He says, you're not gonna be a dictator, are you? I said, no, other than day one. We're closing the border, and we're drilling. After that, I'm not a dictator, okay?
That sounds to me like...
All right, so the fake news is freaking out on purpose because I know what this means. I know what this really means, and they should know as well. They either don't know. That's a good chance. They have no idea of history or anything like that. And actually, dictatorship, so to speak, well, let me go through it. Every president at some point signs executive orders or presidential memoranda. They are essentially temporary laws, right? And they can't be undone except by another president. Sometimes they can be vetoed, very rare. It's an executive order. Presidents do it, often on day one. I don't think anybody has done it as much as FDR. He was the first. You know who came pretty damn close to second? Biden. Biden gets in there, and what did he do? He had a great big stack of executive orders. You see those things that look like restaurant menus, right? Those are each an executive order, and he's signing it. He's not going to Congress. He's not doing that whole Schoolhouse Rock thing, one after the next after the next. He's not asking any of these permission. He's just doing it. And that has actually been criticized by many, by both sides, as somewhat dictatorial. They didn't even like it when Obama did it. Can Congress stop the president's executive order? November 19, 2014. Who was president then? Yeah, Obama. And story after story. Granted, it was Obama, so they kind of like, you know, Obama could be swept away. Oh, President Obama's abuse of executive action. And man, it was Obama, so it was okay. It's Trump, and everybody's supposed to lose their minds. And actually, I'll give the fake news credit. 5 years ago, Trump does not abuse executive power any more than Democrats do. How about that? But you see what they're trying to do? They are lying and fear-mongering and trying to get everybody worked up. So people who don't follow the news very closely, they just kind of overhear it. Oh, Trump wants to be a dictator. They don't tell them about executive orders. They don't tell them that Biden and FDR and the rest. This is what they do. And from time to time, I like to play this clip. It is the motherlode of fake news, really. It is how they stooped to this level. And I'm the only one in the world who's been calling them out on it. CNN. They are complete and total liars. They have not apologized for this. We have to write them. You have to tag Erin Burnett and say, excuse me, you just lied about the President of the United States on national television. And that's okay? It's not. Watch.
And let's take a close look at another one of those properties that Trump refers to, 40 Wall Street, one of the most treasured jewels in Trump's crown. That property is central to the New York Attorney General's case against him. It is a building that Trump loves to tout. Just listen to him on 9/11 Let me just be clear here. This is on 9/11/2001. Moments after the World Trade Center buildings collapsed, here's Donald Trump.
40 Wall Street actually was the second tallest building in downtown Manhattan. And it was actually, before the World Trade Center, was the tallest. And then when they built the World Trade Center, it became known as the second tallest, and now it's the tallest.
Just think about that for a second. If you were alive on that day, that's what he said on 9/11.
I'm thinking about that for a moment. And I was actually there on 9/11 in the afternoon. And I actually am familiar with this interview, and she is lying. First, she shares it with fake news colleagues and swamp rat lawyers like Ty Cobb. This guy actually represented Trump, and she brings him into the conversation. And listen to what he has to say.
I have to say in all of this, Ty, one of the things that just to take that moment on 9/11, that your comment on that day would have been, my building's now the tallest. I don't know. For some reason, there are still things that can break through all of this and give one pause, I hope.
But how is 9/11? How is 9/11 about Trump? That's just it's just repulsive, and it's so sad. Almost 3,000 people lost their lives.
Yeah,
and he's talking about his building and
now
lying about how big it is.
Yeah.
He said repulsive. They are repulsive. It's beyond dishonesty. It's beyond lies. I don't know what it is. Is it evil, maybe? This is what Donald Trump really said during that interview that they took out of context to make him look bad. They had an idea what bad looked like. I think these are some of the most remarkably sensitive comments I've heard about 9/11, and he said them that day.
For years, I've looked right directly at the building. I'd see the Empire State Building in the foreground and the World Trade Center in the background, and now I'm looking at absolutely nothing. It's just gone, and it's just hard to believe. There's nothing you can do when people are going to be bombing planes at your building. Now, I guess maybe the world is going to be changing, and maybe you're going to have F-16s flying all over the city, etc., but it's a pretty tough situation. The big thing that you really will have to do is never forget. You just can't forget that something like this happened. One of the very sad things is going to be when you look at the skyline of New York, which has become so emblazoned in your own memory, and you look at the skyline of New York and you see these buildings, these two buildings, whether you love them or don't love them, they were a great part of the skyline. And then when you look at the skyline after 2001, and you're going to see a skyline without these two buildings, you're going to say, what happened? People won't believe it. This was probably worse than Pearl Harbor. Many more people are dead, and they don't know, they have no idea, but I have somebody that was down there who witnessed at least 10 people jumping out of the building from 70 and 80 stories up in the air. I mean, you probably have 25 or 30,000 is the number I've heard, but I would think would be much more than that. This country is different today, and it's going to be different than it ever was for many years to come.
You see what they did there, huh? During the interview, the reporter, the host, asked him direct, hey, don't you have a building down there? That's how it came up. It was an aside about the building. This is what they do, and this is what they are doing. CNN should apologize for this and 10,000 other things, of course, but this is what it's about, creating fear, creating this fake image of Donald Trump as a monster.